Welcome back to the Daily News Network. Time for Finding Your Frequency. And today we're talking technology with Jeff Hootselle from SkaleSmart. Jeff, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
Listen, I'm trying to figure out the technology world. Everything is AI these days.
Yeah.
To an old guy like me, it's confusing because everything moves at the speed of sound or light. Which one's faster?
Either one. I think either one's good enough. When it comes to business, they're both faster than anyone out there.
But fast.
Yeah, it's crazy right now. I think probably one of the biggest things we do, so company SkaleSmart.
Yeah.
I'm one of the co-founders of that company, but we help mid-sized companies navigate that technology world. But it's really exciting right now. There are so many things you can do with technology, and it's changing so rapidly. It seems like every 2 days we get a new version of ChatGPT that drops out or some other service, and this one's the best and that one's the best. There's a lot of noise.
In the business world, you find a path, you find a lane where you're really good, and you lead people down that road. But you're kind of almost walking hand in hand this time, figuring out where the road is, right?
Yeah.
How do you deal with that?
It's challenging.
How do you stay ahead of it?
I think probably the biggest part, our role in our job is education, right? So we're constantly talking to new suppliers and new technologists and trying to understand what the possibilities are for our customers and things like that. And it's, like I said, it never really slows down. So it's very exciting, but we have to understand the technology and then translate that into, all right, how does it actually solve business problems, business results?
Is there anything in the technology world that doesn't go back to AI these days, that doesn't involve artificial intelligence?
It's pretty tough. I think, kind of AI is going to eat the world kind of thing. There's an element of that.
Yeah.
I think the initial stages is going to be very much the folks that can work with AI are going to be really powerful. It's going to kind of unlock creativity, I think, for a lot of organizations as far as just what's possible. I think I have kids that are all college age and in high school, and trying to have those conversations with them about, hey, what should you focus on as you go forward? It's not going to potentially be replaced by technology. It's a challenge.
It's what you do with your hands, right?
Yeah, the trades are certainly you're seeing it come back.
Can you cut hay?
You do some welding and HVAC repair and things like that.
Or can you write the AI?
Yeah, but I think there's also the opportunity for, if you're an entrepreneur and starting a small business, all the things that used to be barriers to entry and the small guy couldn't compete with the big guy, a lot of those things are wiped out now. So if you have that entrepreneurial spirit, it's probably not a better time to be able to jump in and realize your dream. And
are you seeing that when you talk to people? Do they recognize that?
I think we're seeing it a lot. Yeah, I think you're seeing a lot of younger folks now are having a hard time getting into the job world. These large corporations aren't hiring as many younger folks as maybe they had in the past because they've got a lot of this automation that takes out those entry-level jobs. But I think you're seeing a lot of those younger guys refocus now on, hey, I've got an idea.
Yeah.
What if I could start this up? And you can do it really with not a lot of startup money, and as long as you're willing to hustle, work at it, there's a lot of possibility there.
At SkaleSmart, you're technology advisors, right?
We are.
That's a simple way of putting it. So what's the biggest challenge that people are running into that you're helping them navigate?
Speed is a big one. I think speed of just change is just happening so fast, right? So if you're thinking about you're a CIO of a mid-sized organization, you're trying to take care of your people, you're trying to serve your customer, you've got internal politics to take care of. And by the way, now you got to be an expert on all these different areas of technology that fall into your purview. And it's just a big challenge. So our role is to kind of interject ourselves in that process, be a strategic partner, and help them navigate kind of that maze of possible solutions there. So we understand where they want to go with their business. We kind of map that out and design what that great looks like. Right. And then we can kind of go out and help them find the best providers for those services, make sure it gets delivered properly and on time and on budget.
You said mid-sized company. Beyond that, is there an area of expertise, a specific industry that you work most often in?
We have customers across a lot of different verticals. I would say healthcare and financial services is really a sweet spot for us. We had a project we just wrapped up with a large healthcare organization where they're totally revamping their patient experience. So new contact center that was broken, bad processes, a lot of lack of integration, no reporting, skills like that. Customers were waiting on hold for hours, a lot of times getting in the car and driving to the clinic to get service. So big problems.
Sounds bad.
Big problems with your healthcare organization.
Big
right?
problems.
So we came in and just helped them turn everything on its head. One great platform across the board to help improve that, better for their agents. They weren't so burned out. And then for patients, and now they're getting picked up in 30 seconds instead of an hour. So it's a big deal.
You talked about creativity being one of the benefits, perhaps, of AI. Sounds to me like that's what you do for a living, though. You come up with creative solutions to problems, and creativity is already a big part of what you do.
We do. I think, so my history, I've been in the space for 20 some years and worked for providers. And in the past history, it was always, hey, I can sell you this product. Right? And if you want to do something outside of that product, there's not a lot we can really do there. So it was very limiting. When we started SkaleSmart, we work with 350, 400 different providers. So we're agnostic. We can work with anybody. So it's very freeing in, hey, I just want to understand what you do as a business, Brian, what your challenges are and what your need is. And then we can craft and go build a solution for you and find out. We're not limited by one provider's portfolio. We can really look at the entire market and kind of put together this kind of big puzzle piece to get you where you want to go.
Okay, before we talk about 100 Men Who Care, which is another
Yes.
thing that you're involved in and a reason why you're here, how do people find ScaleSmart, find you if they've got questions, if they need advice?
Yeah, so scalesmart.com is the website. So SKALE.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. And we'll put that in the show notes.
That's right. We're bad at spelling, but
Yeah.
it's good at helping you grow your business.
Hey, ChatGPT can help
That's
that, right?
Yeah, but obviously, scalesmart.com is a great way to see more about our company. And then I'm on LinkedIn and all the normal social channels you'd find there.
Perfect. Tell
Yeah.
me about 100 Men Who Care. I've heard of it. I've talked to Chip Yant, who's very involved in it.
Chip's great.
Give me your perspective on what you saw when you first looked at it
Yeah.
and where it's headed.
Yeah, so a big part of our, when myself and Daniel Beatty's my co-founder, we founded ScaleSmart. We really wanted to be not just give great services and products, but also be part of the community as well. So we're always kind of look out for ways that we could do that. I do some work with the Ronald McDonald House here in town. I know you've worked with those guys
I have,
before.
yeah.
Great group.
Great people.
And then I got approached by Chip and by James Lamke with 100 Men That
I know
Care.
James, yeah.
And those guys are great. They described it as, hey, this is a great way. We're trying to help out these a little more smaller, I would almost say startup size
Perfect,
charities,
yeah.
right? So that are really trying to make an impact locally. And they do a great event once a quarter. They sit down with 100 men. That's the name. Everybody chips in $100 each. So we're giving away $10,000 every 3 months to a worthy charity that's local. The 3 charities will come to the event. They'll get a chance to do kind of a Shark Tank style pitch. Then everybody votes that evening, and you immediately award that offer. The hardest part of that is you can only give one award to it. But we try and get a lot of visibility to the other charities that may not win that event and things they're doing. It's been a really rewarding process. We've met a lot of great people here in our community that are doing some big things. So it's a really great organization.
Creative is another way to describe
sure.
it. Yeah, very
For
creative.
sure.
I really appreciate you coming by, Jeff.
Yeah, thanks so much,
Thanks
Brian.
so much. ScaleSmart, 100 Men Who Care. You can find all of that in our show notes. And that'll do it for this edition of Finding Your Frequency. We'll see you next time right here on the Daily News Network.